really fell from the sky. And half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. Art the blow coming through with the truth. Keep it 100. That's the only rule. Every week, bring something you ain't know. Hot topics, that's the name of the show. Hit us with the like, follow, share, and a cash app coming to you, player. Chicken Little really fell from the sky. And half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. It's time to tell the truth. 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 Kids, and if one
Time to tell the truth. Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. We got a hot topic today. We definitely want to get into this. We want to discuss it. We want to see what's going on. The topic for today is this is why we are anti-America. This is why we are anti-America. Now, this is going to be a hot topic, and we're going to get all the way into it.
Oh, yeah, you already know it's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Again, 704-449-6563. Feel free to give us a call, give your opinion on the topics, highlight everyone, like the page, put your cash app up. You can watch us on YouTube as well at Time to Tell the Truth Podcast, all one word. Again, Time to Tell the Truth Podcast, all one word. Today's topic is, this is why we are anti-America.
Yeah, Flo, you know, we've been wondering what's been going on out here, why people can't understand, why everybody, you know, you so anti-America, but this is the only place you got to go. I don't understand it myself. I mean, I've been trying to figure this thing out for a while. I've been figuring out why people say wrong is right and right is wrong. I mean, we've been trying to figure this thing out since we've been doing the podcast. And I mean, we on our, 6th, 7th year now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that people have grown. I think the popular opinion is to think the same. A lot of people say that black people aren't a monolith, and I know for sure we're not a monolith because we can't get on the right page on nothing positive. But when it comes to chaos and destruction and letting somebody think for us, I don't know why we can't see that we are being we've been used for a vote, and once we vote for the people, they look out for everybody but us. I mean, I think black people as a people are smarter than that. I think if we all put money in a bowl and they divided the bowl amongst citizens and we never got no money out the bowl, I think we would recognize that. So why can we recognize that we run around and we arguing with people and we're getting nothing? We're getting nothing from our side of the argument. They come on here, they argue with me and you about our beliefs and what we believe, but what they believe is not getting them nowhere. They're getting absolutely nothing out of being a Democrat or being a liberal. They can't. We've been begging them to tell us what it is so we can see it, but nobody can tell us what they're getting from it. I don't get it.
Well, I get it. I get it now. And after today's show, I believe a lot of people gonna get it, because I believe all that stuff that you're talking about and that you just said, why we can't do nothing, why we can't, all is by design. We've been unwittingly forced into doing stuff that we know that we shouldn't be doing. I mean, you know, we will cut off our hand despite our feet. Why would we do that? And why would people just do that? You can't tell me. And I dare anybody to come on here and tell me, first and foremost, why would it be okay to trans a child? That's the first thing. I mean, to even introduce this kind of stuff and say it's okay to a child, to where a child would have the right to change their gender or their sex at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. You can't get nobody on here to explain that to me in no coherent type of way.
And not only trans a child, not my thing is this. They haven't even been smart enough to trick us into training our children to be trans. They want to do it for us. I don't get it. You don't just let nobody do what they want to do with your kids and you be all right with it. I mean, somebody got to make me understand that part of it. I don't get it. They want to train your kids. They don't even want you to do it. They want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want you to do it. They just want it. And you okay with that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody can come and explain to me how they could just take your child and trans them and you not even fight back. You still can't explain to me how they would take a man up to the White House, give him the Woman of the Year award, and not one woman out here say nothing about it.
Not one. Not one. But then you got Arden Blow on here furious. You got Arden Blow on here furious about it. I don't get it. Is we the only ones that saying this stuff?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Kiki, we see you. Like, we're glad you joined in today. This is a very important topic. It's called "This is why we are anti-America." This is why we don't see things in the truest way that it ought to be seen. I mean, Blow, if they would have went up to the Capitol and gave a woman the Man of the Year award, I would be still pissed off to this day.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to be honest with you, because I'm going to feel like you didn't deserve it, and I'm going to speak out about it, and I'm going to say a whole lot about it, you know.
He's the boy's biggest pedophile in the world, and I don't see why he's messing with innocent kids. My thing is he would be locked up for it, Fred. Stop playing, man. You keep coming on here. You doing exactly what we're talking about. You act like you under mind control of the media. Because one thing about it is, if somebody said that Fred is a pedophile until I see proof about it, I'm not gonna repeat it. That don't make no sense. So somebody can just tell you Blow a pedophile and you'll go around telling people I'm a pedophile.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, and I agree with you. I agree with you. He don't deserve no Nobel Peace Prize. But if he keep on with the stuff he doing, he gonna deserve one. You work a job, don't you, Fred? Don't you get overtime at your job? Well, me and Art was talking about that before we came on. We got people that work 50 hours a week that are getting no taxes taken out of their overtime. And you can say what you want to say about that, Fred. You talk to you Blue in the face. I work overtime every week, and they ain't took one dime out of my overtime. My check has went up. More money is coming into Blow's pocket under President Donald Trump than was up under any Democratic president. And I'm not even gonna argue with that. So what you saying is, when it's time to vote again, you go, and I'm pretty sure you work overtime, or you got kids that work overtime, or family that work overtime. You go down there and vote so that the Democrats can take that money back.
Well,
I would say that would be stupid, and that's being all the way honest. And I don't like to call people stupid, but that'd be stupid. That'd be stupid to make progress and sit up there and give it back away for the sake of, for what?
Well, we're gonna show you that today, Blow. That's what we on his show today, to show people why they think like that. We're gonna show you why the Freds of the world think like they do. Now, the Freds of the world got a whole doggone party out here that's pushing the trans, all the kids, and he worrying about one man. See what I'm saying? Now we got to figure out why this guy Fred thinks like that, and he overlook the whole system of what they got going on out here. You know,
we got done from the country. Besides breakers, how you talking about? Now we selling oil to China and Japan?
No,
is that what you're talking about? You're talking about we've been in Iran and killed 2 supreme leaders, mangled the 3rd one, and now gas prices back down again. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Because one thing is, I challenge you to ask me and Art, what have Trump did for us? Now you tell us what have any Democrat did for a black person. Because they do for everybody. They do for everybody, not the blacks. I can tell you what they did for the Latinos. The Latinos, they just let them pour in over here. That's what they did. They just opened up the door and say, "Welcome into America." And while you're here, take every benefit we have to offer the citizens, but we go give you the maximum. They can't even get the maximum. We go give you the maximum of everything. Well, what time you talking about? Gas was never coming down. Man, gas, man, what you talking about? What you talking about? Gas $3.39 right now.
Yeah.
Gas $3.39 right now.
Yeah.
And I was just down in South Carolina. I seen $3.13 in Conover. I mean, right up the road.
Yep.
I mean, gas going down. You know, gas going down. Stop playing, Fred. You know that. They got diesel out here $4.29 right now. $4.39 right now. Diesel.
Yeah. And going down.
It's still going down.
And we got the clip on Trump telling the gas, he calling out all the gas companies for guess what? For jacking up the prices. Trump is calling them out. I wish Blow would have put that on the screen. We got that clip.
I know it's gonna come up. I know it's gonna come up.
Yeah, exactly. We just go, yeah, that ain't even what we want to talk about. Today, what we gonna talk about is why people like Fred think like he do. And it's a lot of people out there like Fred that think like that. Why they don't like America? Why they anti-America? Why they don't understand that giving a woman a woman of the year award at the White House, raising the pride flag rather than doing something manly.
Why are they okay with the hypocrisy of everything? Why are they okay saying this person is a crook? This person is a crook when you do crooked stuff yourself. Come on, man.
Exactly.
We all know people, and we all know that even me, if the president right, I do something crooked. Like I was talking about before we came on. If you was at the red light and a car went to make a turn and ran right into the front of your car and you get out, you look, it's a scratch, but it ain't that bad. You grab your phone and call the insurance company, they get out with $6,000 and say, hey man, please don't call them, man. Just take all the money I got in my pocket. What you gonna do? You go get in your car and pull off and keep going.
Yeah.
but you swear Trump is a con artist and all this stuff. Man, look at, I'm not calling out nobody for doing the same. He's a human being. He's not a perfect person.
Well, Blow, you remember the taxes. Every black person in the world was hollering about Trump's taxes. And you can't show me one that ain't never cheated. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Come on, man. Everybody's calling everybody.
You worried about somebody else's taxes, but you done been trying to cheat on yours every chance you get.
Yep. Everybody filing somebody else's kid, and then you talking about Trump taxes, and then we go back to why y'all keep talking about tax the rich. Yeah, because you don't never want nothing out of life. I want something out of life. I have plans to one day be a millionaire. See, when you vote for taxing the rich, now you got to have 2 million to have 1 million. At least up under Donald Trump, if I get 1.3, I got $1 million.
Exactly.
Come on now, you want me to have 2 million to even have 1?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man, for you to get $5 million up under a Democratic president, you got to get $10 million.
Just to get one. Just to
get
$5 million.
One. But now you take the person that y'all don't like, Donald Trump, you could probably squeeze about Sam out of 10. Sam 0.5 out of 10. Come on now. This don't make no sense. Y'all just follow the leader. I don't get it. And then, like we keep saying, all this stuff that they doing is anti-God, man. Ain't nobody, y'all ain't worried about pedophiles. How can they trick you into every turn of the dial? The only thing come out your mouth is pedophile, Epstein files, pedophile, Epstein files. But then y'all take y'all kids down there to the pride parade and got grown men out there twerking in front of them. Come on now. Who the pedophile? You the pedophile? Yeah, because you don't recognize no $1 million man. You don't recognize the poor millionaire. Come on, man. Hold on, what you saying? You ain't gonna have nothing because you ain't gonna recognize no $1 million man. You don't recognize. No. See, that's what is wrong. See, we talking about you. You the only one that don't want me to be $1 million man. That's the problem. Yeah. You keep saying that Trump keep looking out for his own. Don't you know his own is people that's got stuff? Don't you want something? I don't get it. How can you hate somebody because you say they look out for their own, but you'll go vote for somebody that ain't gonna never look out for you?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, let's run the clip one time, man, and show Fred and them, okay, why they think like they think. This is why he think like he think. This is why you guys don't understand what's going on in your lives. This is what has happened to you. This is in front of Congress. The Congress is holding these hearings, and this is what it is. This is what's happening. They got this technology. Be sure to know that this technology really exists.
Here happened today in Congress discussing MK Ultra and how it could potentially be used to target the president, Charlie Kirk, or Martin Luther King. Let's listen. What happened? Here we go.
What are the possibilities that what we've learned in MK Ultra now that that it has advanced so much to algorithms and the computer and getting to loners that some of these loners could, through this just mass propagation of whatever you're doing, could cause someone to maybe take a shot at president.
I know there's a lot of speculation out there about the Butler shooting, and I guess even the Charlie Kirk shooting.
By me.
I just hate to speculate because I don't know. I have no firsthand knowledge whether those guys were programmed through radio waves or through their computer activity. So I would never hazard a guess except to say what I've already said, that they developed.
Yeah, I wanted to stop there for a second and say this. When the man first came on, did you hear what he said, Blow? Did you hear the man talking about it goes through these algorithms, computers, and all this other stuff? It's what this MK Ultra is going through. For people that don't know nothing about MK Ultra, let me tell you something. MK Ultra stands for mind control, okay? And they got a lot of ways that they're going to control your mind like they're doing Fred, okay? And they're using algorithms and everything. If you pay attention, you'll learn something here today.
Let's get back to it.
Means that we've never been told about many, many years ago, and I imagine they've evolved to be much more effective now. So
let me interrupt you one more time, and I apologize again. But don't you think that they could cast this broad net through these algorithms and other things, and maybe they don't know the exact person it's going to affect, but they know what type of person it's going to affect, and they know it's going to happen, and that way they can't predict when it's going to happen, but they think it will happen. And then that way they can sort of wash their hands of this whole thing and say, well, we didn't have anything to do with it. But in effect, they really did, because they put this out there and they continue to put it out there. To whatever method you're talking about. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry. Ma'am, if you want to jump in.
She's with NIH.
Okay. Doctor, go ahead.
It sounds to me like you're describing something like the Martin Luther King assassination. The FBI didn't carry it out, but it created such a climate just denouncing King as the most dangerous man in America,
He's lying.
and putting out all this material about how he was helping communists, that they must have thought it's going to filter down. Somebody will take action, and then we can say we didn't have anything to do with it.
And James Earl Ray was a third-rate thief. He made an incredible shot, 1 foot on a commode.
What, Kirk? Go ahead.
This is the lie. So this is where they're whitewashing it. No, that James Earl Ray is an asset that, just like all the others, Thomas Crooks's parents, behavioral modification. There's a handler always. Sure, they do that other thing where they spread it out, but those big ones, they wouldn't risk it like that. They would make sure it went down. They want him.
Go ahead, Art.
Now, did you hear what they said about Martin Luther King? About that, they doing that to him? This is how far back this stuff go, Blow. This stuff go all the way back. They've been using this kind of stuff with Martin Luther King and everything. The man was saying, doggone, what other methods do they have by now? If this was back then, that they can carry this stuff out in any different ways they can to get you somebody's mind under control. We're going to get into a lot more of this. Man, this is very interesting. I want you to pay attention so you can learn something today. That's what it's about. Fred?
Dead, and they want him dead publicly so we all see, just like Charlie and just like JFK. It's called the King Kill 33, and it's what's called a psychodrama. You know what psychodrama is?
No.
It's a form of therapy where you enact why, you have a pillow and you're like, you didn't love me, all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a form of mind control. So you combine the trauma with psychodrama, okay? And you put the whole nation through it, and you can alter reality, which they did. After they killed JFK, some people dissociate. So when it's obvious that the Jack Ruby thing doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
some people are going to just dissociate and not look into it. That's the thing that they're mainly planning for. People still wearing masks. All the information will tell you that never worked, but people still wear them. That's the trickle down. These assassinations are assets. 100%. They've used them for a long, long time. Go look at the last rounded up FBI patsies. All of them were put through that. So they've got the guy from the NIH.
The Unabomber, for F's sake.
Yeah. So no, it's not that it just trickled down. Don't exculpate the CIA. They've been doing this for a while. Even Rudolf Hess testifying at Nuremberg, that wasn't Hess. That was another guy. And all the Nazis in the booth were laughing at it because it was so ridiculous. Think of the Dalai Lama, where they take a small kid, brainwash him to think he's the guy that they just replaced. That's why the CIA and the Nazis love the Dalai Lama. And so they first did it. Deborah Jaffe, you should talk to her because her dad was a Korean veteran. And he saw so many atrocities that you either dissociate or you go crazy. So we learned how to do this from Tavistock, which was studying shock after World War I. And they realized people can be mind controlled. So B.F. Skinner's experiments with rats, where they put them in the shock cage, what they found was after they released them, the rats, when they're stressed out and have cortisol, what they'll do is return to their torture box for comfort. So think of everyone in America that self-medicates or does something destructive when they're stressed. They're returning to because this entire thing they're putting us in is a big torture box. Big B.F. Skinner, Pavlov dog box. And that's what they got planned. It's called Gestalt, too. It has a name. I was calling it MK retard, and I was totally wrong. It's Gestalt.
Put one foot in a bathtub, leaning out of a window, basically. And the next day, or that afternoon, all the shrubbery was cut in front of the flop house he was staying in. There's a lot on that one that will never be discussed. I have some friends that were there, so I guess I'm on pretty close to firsthand knowledge. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to get audited when I walk out of the room. I know it. So thank you. Chair Lady, I yield back my 4 seconds.
So I just wanted there's a thing that the DARPA, the U.S. military, and it's called laser-induced plasma effect technology. What is that, Jimmy?
It can make UFOs in the sky?
It uses lasers to create a ball of plasma or ionized air in the atmosphere, then modulates it with a second laser to produce audible sounds or speech that seems to come from thin air.
Voice to skull.
So that's how they can put voices in your head.
Remember David Icke heard a voice saying to pick out this book at the bookstore and then go to such and so a psychic? I'm dying to ask him if he thinks it could be that, because they've had that tech since the 60s. And it's in a Metal Solid video game when I was younger. This has been a long time. You can find the demonstrations of it where kids are in a college and the professor is making them hear music in their head that's not playing because he's beaming it into their skull. They've had this for a long, long time.
So this creates sound waves in the air that anyone nearby with normal hearing can perceive. And so they all of a sudden hear a voice and they think it's coming from inside their head. And reports from sources like Military Times and Live Science note progress towards intelligible speech, potentially deployable, but it's acoustic output from plasma, not neural insertion. That's according to Grok. So
they haven't needed neural insertion for quite some time. Neural insertion, that Neuralink chip, we get the term tinfoil hat because the CIA experimented on Leonard Kyle, a really smart.
Yeah, go ahead, Art.
Yeah. Okay. Now, for the people that's out here listening, that's in the comments, did you hear what the man was talking about? Did you hear that blow? Did you hear him talking about being induced with sound waves? They can just put some sound waves in a second blast. If you remember, I've been talking about this show on the show for the longest about the guy here in Charlotte that killed the girl on the bus with Ukraine. He's sitting there talking to somebody after he killed it. He said, I got the white girl. I killed the white girl. He's talking to somebody in his head. Not only that, the time before that, he was stopped by police and he said people was talking to him. Now, I am darn sure that he's been hit with one of these laser things. Not only him, but a lot of people. And they can put something in your mind and change it around, and they can get you to hearing things that you think coming from inside your voice. This is what they can do. That wasn't Fox News. That was coming from Congress, Fred. And that's the problem.
That was a disaster, man. Me laugh all day. I'm pretty sure you did laugh. You want the country to fail. You just like a whole bunch of people, just like you want somebody to come and just wipe America off the map, along with you and your family, because you act like you're not here. I don't get it. You got so much hate in your blood for the country you from.
That's right.
Oh yeah, really. Oh yeah. He did say the voices was talking to him, telling him to do that to that girl on the train. Yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, they did it. They can do that, and he said that. Look it up. He was on film talking to the police a couple weeks before he killed that girl, saying he hear voices in their head, and they done put something in his head. But it was for real. This stuff is true. That was Congress what they was having these hearings against, Fred, since you don't know. That's not Fox News, brother. They can actually put things in your head to make you hear it and think you done been the one thought of it and saying it. That's why we got so many people out here now. Yeah. And they can use more than one method.
You ready to go back to it? All?
Yeah.
All right.
Or guy that had patents on Polaroid stuff. They put the chip in his head because, unfortunately, just like James Holmes, the Joker Aurora shooter, unfortunately, his therapist was a behavioral modification guy. And every time CIA is near something, there's always a mass shooting. The Unabomber went to Harvard, you say? All the finest Ivy League schools churn these guys out. Is that something?
So, and there's also a thing, auditory called Frey effect. It pulsed microwaves, radio frequency, that can induce perceived sounds like clicks or buzzing inside your head.
Or Havana syndrome.
Havana syndrome, exactly. They heard crickets. Thermostatic expansion in the brain tissue. Research dates back to the 60s. Yeah. It
was a mind control race. That's when the Manchurian Candidate, starring the great Frank Sinatra, who's a scumbag MK handler, just like Bob Hope was, just like the whole Rat Pack. Oh, and by the way, Sinatra, it wasn't just Sammy Davis Jr. that was a Satanist. Sinatra's mother, supposedly a Catholic. You know why? Because she trafficked women and did abortions out of the speakeasy. And Frankie Blue, Skinny Frank or whatever. Remember the poster where he's arrested for seducing a woman?
Yeah.
That's a nice way of saying he's a male prostitute.
Oh.
Okay, so he was arrested for male prostitution. They dressed it up like ring-a-ding, like it's cool, but no, it's not. I recommend The Secret of Minnie's Moose, and she deep dives on Frank. Because Woody Allen didn't have that train set in the attic that Mia Farrow's daughter said, but who did have a big train set was Frank. Frank might have been Mia's mother as well.
Genetics. It uses light to control genetically modified brain.
Yeah.
DARPA has funded this for brain interfaces, and wow. So there's lots of stuff that they can do with it now.
Well, because after Korea, those servicemen didn't come home. Deborah Jaffe's dad is one of those Korean he came home, but they didn't want to come back. They said the U.S. had used bio. Can't be true. So they must have been brainwashed. And so we realized we needed to learn how to brainwash. That's why L. Ron Hubbard was so popular with the CIA, because he said he could do the same thing with that's what
he could.
So there was an arms race, a nuclear race. There's too much. The underground bunker. So that's comedy of government. They don't like you bringing that up at a hearing.
Got a mine shaft gap. You remember that?
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
That-
And then they also had a mind control race, and it's all justified by fighting the commies. So we got to fight the commies. If you'll notice, they justify the most foul shit you ever heard of in your life, and they would, because now these control methods work really well, and rich people are putting their kids in it, like the guy that shot Reagan, who's family friends with the Bushes.
Yep.
Oh wait, or like Osama bin Laden's rich family that were also friends with the Bushes.
All right, are we back?
Okay. Yeah, that's what we talking about. We talking about mind control, how these people can control your minds, make you think something other than what you got. Because me and Blow been trying to figure it out for the longest. We've been trying to figure out what's going on with these people that don't see seem to be thinking straight. I mean, it's a right and a wrong out here. I'm telling you, it's the right way and it's the wrong way. If you don't know that transgender children ain't right, that's a problem with me. If you don't know,
my thing is, I just challenge people to just get away from that being a hypocrite. If you get away from that hypocrite, it'll take you a long way, man. Because you can't sit up here and act like you care so much about Trump being a pedophile, but you support trans and kids.
Right. That make you the pedophile to me. If you sit up there and support that, what are you?
Yep.
I'm just saying, if you can set up there and support all this transitioning of kids and you can't do that, and people twerking all in front of 2-year-olds, if you're supporting that kind of mess, what does that make you?
You might as well be sitting right up there on Epstein Island with the rest of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not the only thing. They can make you see something you haven't seen. They can make you hear something that you haven't heard. You just heard them talking about it.
Yep. Yeah, they can have you not celebrate.
Dangerous.
They can have you post that America is not. Why you celebrating? Somebody told me yesterday, why you celebrating America 250 and you was a slave in 1776? The same reason why you worried about January 6th. Ain't that the same government?
Right.
Ain't that the same? I ain't never in my life. So basically what y'all doing, every time y'all bring up Trump and January 6th, y'all trying to protect the overthrowing of the very government that you swear still got you oppressed.
Yeah, you mad at that. See, yeah, that's the trick.
You should have been mad at that because they want you to be. See, you letting these people decide what triggers you off. You can't nothing make you mad on. You can't get mad about something on your own.
Right, exactly. They decide what you should be mad at. They induce that within your head. Now you mad at the same government, okay, that you trying to protect. How can you do both things at the same time? I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I mean,
because you just made a post about not paying the January 6th riders, but now you're talking about you ain't celebrating America 250. Which one is it? Because you trying to protect the government when you talk about January 6th, but you're not celebrating the birthday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not celebrating where you stay at.
Exactly. Y'all were just mad about Trump giving the people payments. Y'all should have been supporting the payments then. You hate the country so much.
Exactly.
See, I think that's the part that I had to understand. And I think that a lot of our viewers starting to get that part of it. You know, it's about letting you thinking. You got to think critically. You just can't you can't just think about stuff. You just got to be more critical in your thinking, man. Like you support. Like I don't get it. Like we always talk about the Jesse Jackson and Trump thing. Biden was locking up all these hundreds of thousands of black people, saying they wasn't beyond the pale. They can't be rehabilitated. How come Trump wasn't supporting that? That would have been something perfect for Trump to jump on board with if he was a racist.
They let that go, Blow. That's why I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm trying to tell everybody that's watching this podcast that is something wrong. Biden can get up there and lock up millions of thousands of black people. He can bring that bill out, okay, which was no good. He can get up there and say you shouldn't even be let out of prison because he don't even think you can be reformed, Okay, he can say all this racist stuff, but nobody ever mentions. They look right past that and say Trump is a racist. I'm just saying something happened to your brain. You know something happened to your brain. You know, that's a fact. You can't just set up there and bypass that and then start talking about, well, Trump is the biggest racist we ever seen, when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris locked up more black people, okay, than everybody else combined and responsible for it. But you got black people that will never say that this man was a racist. Look, Biden got up and gave a speech for the head racist man that was Byrd. But nobody wanted to say nothing about how you overlook that. My man on here, how did he overlook that? Your buddy that's been doing all this talking tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
How you overlook this, Fred?
It's funny how him and Obama went and was at Byrd funeral, but went to Jesse Jackson funeral and tried to make Trump seem like he was a bigger racist than Byrd.
Exactly. And you did the eulogy for Byrd. Really? You preached on how good a man this man was, but nobody says that he's racist. Hey, Fred, get your head out your butt, man, and start paying attention.
And then you go to Jesse Jackson funeral and preach on how bad Trump is. Well, Trump is the only one out of y'all that done never helped the man.
That ever did anything for Jesse Jackson. I'm trying to tell you, you have to understand that there's a lot going on in this country that you don't see, that you don't know. We just showed it to you. We ought to play the clip back to you again. Look, these people got ways of mind controlling you. They use all different kinds of ways. They use algorithms. They use computers. They use everything. They was just talking about it on Capitol Hill. They was talking about it on Capitol Hill. That's what they had the discussion about. That's where he was taking that from. We got the original clip. I wish Bro put it in the description box so you can come down there and look at it when you get time. It's the whole
all you gotta do is
MK Ultra.
All you gotta pull up is the congressional hearing on MK Ultra.
On MK Ultra. Yeah, all you gotta do is type that in. The congressional hearing on MK Ultra. And you'll hear all about the same stuff that we was just telling you about. I've been saying it. I've been saying the man on the train up in Charlotte was hearing voices. So he was talking to somebody. I got the white girl. Oh, he thought he was talking to somebody.
And while we're talking about hypocrisy, I know everybody done seen that picture. They got the picture with the black lady sitting on the train with all the soldiers standing on the train headed to down there to DC yesterday. Now all the Democrats upset about that, but ain't none of them upset about the girl getting stabbed in the neck on the video. This woman ain't get harmed at all. This woman just sitting on the train with them. Ain't nobody on that train did this lady no harm. But all the Democrats ain't got nothing to say about this girl getting brutally murdered in Charlotte.
Right. Come
on now. Anything to push y'all narrative on racism in 2026 and people being treated unfairly when y'all the only people that's trying to destroy America right now is the Democrats. And you should be able to see that. At every turn, they're trying to destroy the country.
They can't see it, Blo. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you why they can't see it.
I seen last night, I was watching the live, they was showing the live stream of the fireworks in DC, and everybody kept saying, boring, boring, boring. Man, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I'm talking about, they talking about 400,000 fireworks in 45 minutes, and they up there saying boring. Come on, man. Y'all people crazy, man. Y'all people are brainwashed.
They was putting that gun on them, Blo. They was putting the sound waves on them. They was putting the sound. They was making them hear something, and they thought it was coming from inside their own head. That's the way it worked. They can do that in masses. If you listen to the whole congressional testimony, they can do that to a mass number of people. They done figured out how to do it to a lot of people at one time. That's why you can hear boring, and they can depict which type of people are going to accept that and which is not. They were saying that in
it's a lot of people that got vices. A lot of people that do a lot of smoking, a lot of drinking, a lot of stuff got a lot of vices.
Well, I think that's what they were talking about when they said a certain type of DNA somebody got.
That's what they were talking about when they were saying the rats.
Makeup.
Yeah, because that's what they were saying about the rats. When the rats get shot and they come out, they want to go back to that environment to feel at ease.
Yeah. in that type of environment. They're not comfortable in another type. But I believe it's a certain type of people. Like they said, they didn't know exactly who would do it and when to do it. But I think they done perfected that now. I think we're still behind. I think they know it's a certain type of person, like a Thomas Crooks, that can go up there.
I believe they do some of that. I believe they do some of that stuff. What you talking about putting thoughts and stuff in. But I think fundamentally, I think a lot of their success comes from the basic play. I think it comes from the basic having people scared and people in their feelings and have people reacting off of that. I think that's what it is. I think that's more so what it is. I think they preach, oh, they don't want to include these group of people. They don't want to include this group of people. And then before you know it, they put them ahead of you, and then it's okay. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of it stems from that. I think that's why women don't get mad when a man win the Woman of the Year award, because they here for so long that they not included, that they gotta hide in the closet, that they ashamed, they been abused, they been judged, they been all this stuff, and then they like, oh, okay, it's fine if they, but I don't know. For the life of me, I don't understand. Women should still stand up, because that ain't no woman.
But they were saying it. They just said it. I'm telling you, you got to pay attention, man. This stuff you can't falter over. You can't let nothing get by you. They said it. It's through algorithms. We had a show on algorithms. We showed people how algorithms work. Algorithms work. If you look something up, it's gonna keep coming up. If you say something, they hear you.
I get the algorithm part. I get the algorithm part, but I'm talking about the part is like shooting thoughts into your head. I believe that do, but I think the algorithm works more so than that, because even the guy that they were doing that to, he has a history of mental health. And like we were saying, it works on certain people. They know who are the people to do that type of stuff on. You know what I mean? It's a group of people that qualify for each level of the mind control.
Well, I think that they have advanced the algorithms. I think the algorithms have been advanced to basically know what you're thinking. It will send you everything that it thinks you want to look at. If you stay on something more than 3 seconds, if you scroll through Facebook or something and you look at this thing for more than 3 seconds, something is going to start popping up about that. That's all you're going to be getting till you get something else. You stay on for 4 seconds or 3 or 4 seconds. If you stay on something, if you look up something right now and that Donald Trump is bad, that's what's going to be. And you stay on that and you read that article for more than 3 seconds, that algorithm is going to pump that to you. If you go and you look at something else about Donald Trump is good for more than 3 or 4 seconds, it's going to pump that to you constantly. That's how they do it. That's one of the biggest ways that they do it. It's going to pump it to you. That's what it is, because you sit there and it knows your interest. It knows what you're doing. These algorithms are being trained to think of what you're thinking before you even think it. I'm telling you, they that advanced.
Yeah,
that's what they talking
about. They've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, they that advanced. They way down the road. When you think you just caught up, you better be going another 2 miles, making lefts, rights, up a hill, down the hill, around the curve, and you might see the end of what they got going on, the very end of it. You ain't even close to being caught up. We're not close to being caught up. But it's coming out every day, and we can do something about our thinking. I mean, Flo, once you have an awakening, you start questioning a lot of more stuff. They can't just tell you anything. Just like you. Okay, once you had an awakening, just like me, we were very much Democrat loyalists. We've been Democrats our whole life, people. Okay, for y'all that didn't know that. We were Democrats our whole life. We was just going along with the black agenda. But guess what? We never got anything. When we start asking 2 or 3 questions, then everything changed for us. When we start asking, dog, what have actually the Democrats done for us? And you look back and you can't think of one solid thing, and you've been protecting these people and voting for these people, and you can't name me one thing on this show that they ever done that meant you any good, then I see a problem with that. And if you can't see a problem with that, then you got the problem. I'm going to put it that way. Yeah. If you can't see nothing that they've ever done for black people, the Democrats would tell you all this, that, and that, but you never got nothing done. Anything that they ever done was to your detriment, not to your good.
And the biggest thing is, even when it comes down to Trump, right? Just like we was talking about the no tax on overtime, right? Black people work overtime, white people work overtime, Asians work overtime, Indians work overtime. overtime. Mexicans work overtime. Every race of people in America work overtime. So everybody's benefiting for that. So you rather say this person is bad and then go over to the side where they look out for the gays. They look out for the Indians. They look out for the whites. They look out for everybody except the blacks.
And you be happy.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You rather denounce the president to do something for everybody, and you rather take your vote. So you telling me right now they tricking you to not celebrating America 250, laughing at everything Trump doing, to whenever it's time for him to go where he can't go no more, but whenever he on the way out, you just go put a Democrat in there. What they gonna do? They go take the $1,000 back that they trying to give every newborn. They go take back the Social Security tax. They go take it back to no tax on tips. They go take back the no tax on overtime. They go open the border right back up. They go put men back in women's sports. They go have the man of the year, the woman of the year be a man standing up there again. When you got mamas, sisters, daughters, and cousins that are way more qualified for this stuff, and nobody has no outrage about none of this stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it. Donald Trump would never hand woman of the year to a man.
Well,
never.
That's what tells me that something has been done to these people's brains to be altered. You can't tell me no different. That something has been done to these people to make them think like that. You can't tell me no different, bro. I'm just telling you, because that is not normal and it's not right. That's what I'm saying. That is not right. How can you do that? You done had a whole president for 8 years. You had Barack Obama for 8 years, and you cannot tell me what he did for everybody. He did certain things for some people, but you can't tell me what he did for everybody. That's the first and foremost.
Yeah, for everybody.
You can't tell me what he had done for blacks.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Even if he did something for everybody and blacks benefited from it, you can't even name that. And don't say that garbage health care kept getting on Texas too.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing that would help us, period.
Nope.
Period. He got millions of people kicked out of their house and he bailed the banks out. He bailed the banks out. The people with the money, you bailed them out. Instead of bailing the homeowners out, he bailed the banks out. And you still running around like this man is some kind of king, some kind of black messiah that ain't never did nothing for black people.
Exactly. And the man just opened up a black museum, and he don't even got nothing at a display that he did for blacks.
He have nothing in that whole museum to say that he did for blacks. All he got in there is something everybody else did for blacks, and himself can't put one thing in that museum that he did for black people. And you're gonna tell me this man is something? Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Mind control works best when we think reality is based on what we believe and cannot distinguish the difference between our beliefs and fact.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because
I agree, Chris.
Because you got people right now believing that Donald Trump is the worst president ever, right? But the fact says that I am bringing more money home monthly because of the decisions that he made as the president of the United States of America.
That's reality.
You can't take that. You can't never change that fact.
Well, that's reality, bro.
I work 20 hours overtime, 24 hours overtime every 2 weeks. You know how much money that is? Time and a half, and none of it being taken out, taxed out. Once they add it up, come on now.
What? Okay, he just mentioned about distinguishing reality. That's reality. You put that in your pocket. That's reality. I'm just saying that's reality. Right. When you want to know reality, reality is results.
Exactly. And to believe that Donald Trump, Kamala Harris would be doing a better job than Donald Trump right now, that's just a belief, because if she didn't take away the taxes off of this stuff, then I would be making less money now. So therefore, we made a better choice. We made a better choice in the candidates.
Right.
Come on, man. I don't have to go back and forth. You don't have to like the man for the man to be doing the right thing. There's a lot of people you don't like.
Well, reality is one thing. Well, reality is one thing, but when you can't distinguish a man from a woman, and you tell me it's no difference between a man and a woman, right then I feel like you cross the line from reality to something else, to a fact. It's a fact that a man and a woman is different. I don't care if they different. It's a fact because they can't do the same thing. It's not possible.
Yeah, you gotta, yes, because especially when you don't like, you have all the sense to criticize everything. Y'all have they have the sense to criticize everything, but they don't criticize nothing that they supposed to be criticizing.
Right.
It don't make no sense. Whoopi Goldberg should have been on there saying, "Ain't no way Jill Biden came up in front of the American people yesterday and gave the Woman of the Year award to a man." Charlamagne the guy should have gave Donkey of the Day to Joe Biden for giving the Woman of the Year award to a man. Come on, man.
Right.
These people should be giving, Charlamagne the guy should be giving Donkey of the Day to Joe Biden for letting it, and Kamala Harris for letting 11 million people come over here in this country undocumented to step over veterans, mentally ill American citizens, and get everything that they can't get.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, this stuff I'm talking about, D.L. Hughley and them get on there every day and talk about how oppressed black people is, and bank accounts is on swole. They paying them to think for y'all. That's all they doing. Because ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to sit up there. I ain't got nowhere near as much as Charlamagne got, Whoopi Goldberg got, D.L. and them got. But I can tell you, if you work hard and you ain't got no whole bunch of vices and stuff that you're spending your money on, you can be successful and happy in this country. Come on, man. You can save your money. You can have something in America, man. America's not that bad, man. I don't know no slave owners.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know no slave owners, and I don't know no white people that know no slaves.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded, because if you're not open-minded, then people are thinking for you. Your mind is closed. Right. When your mind is closed, then that means somebody can tell you, oh, it's okay to give man of the year to a woman of the year to a man. Somebody, how can Susan? Let me ask you a question. And I want an honest answer, because it might have bothered you, it might didn't bother you, but I just want to know, which one did it do? When you found out that a Woman of the Year award was given to a man, did it make you feel outraged, or were you okay with it? That's what I want to know. I need to know that from at least one woman, because I don't understand how in the world can somebody not be more qualified for you. You should have won it, Susan.
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand.
She was more qualified than the one that got it.
That person had nothing, did not meet the qualification at all. And there was an incident that shouldn't have happened, because there is many warnings. What incident, sir, Beth? There was an incident that shouldn't have happened, because there's many warnings. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is crazy, man. These people, man, like you say, you got to be open-minded.
Well, you can be open-minded. I could be open-minded, but you got to be open-minded to a degree. I think it's a line out there that's crossed when you're too open-minded. Okay. Oh, well, open-minded means, well, you ought to accept a woman as a man. No, that crossed the line.
Well, yeah, I think you mean open-minded when you're saying, like, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I see open-minded is having your mind open to say that, you know what, okay, that person's not qualified for that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's having an open mind too. How is that person even up there? That person ain't even, I mean, we know better than that. You know what I mean? To have an open mind is the stuff that you know. You can't go for them that you know better than.
Well, I'm still hopping on what Chris Hines was saying. Look, the point is to be able to tell right from wrong, basically right from wrong, or a natural order from an unnatural order. Mm-hmm. Now, unnatural order, let me put this together. Even animals follow a natural order. Animals follow a natural order of being. They know what the men is. They know what the women is.
by the amount of testosterone and chromosome, then it's a belief that a person is no different than what I think.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
science says that
the thing about
masculinity.
science is always evolving. It's more than that. See, the one thing he said about science, he left out a whole lot. Did science say that a man could actually have a baby? I'm just saying. Do science say that a man can actually bring a baby out of his womb? Did science say a man got a womb? Well, I'm just saying. Do science say that a man has a vagina? Come on, man. You can talk slick with the science, but you leaving a lot out, and that's a form of mind control. Stop leaving stuff out. I mean, put it all in there. I don't give a rat's tail about what science say if it don't completely tell you that a man can't have a baby, which I can see for myself that men don't have babies. Science got to show me a damn thing about that. Just me looking can tell me enough about that. See, that's what I'm saying. And science says a lot, but it don't say it all unless you look at the reality of it all. You want to get back to reality, talk about the real deal. The real deal is men cannot have babies. That's the real deal because they ain't got the parts to do it with. As a matter of fact, okay, that's a whole nother thing we can deal with. But what I'm saying is stop trying to take a bit of this and a bit of that and make it out of something. It's a difference between a man and a woman. I don't give a damn how many chromosomes you got. I'm just going to tell you like that. If you ain't got a womb, ain't nothing coming out of you, period. I'm just going to put it like that. And you take that to science. Put that in science class, in science books. Stop trying to trick. That's the whole thing. People out here always trying to trick people. That's what's been happening. Tricking you into thinking that a woman should have a Man of the Year award. Get over to the woman's side and get it from there. You a woman. I'm just saying, animals don't even have this problem we got. They know better. Good grief. A freaking animal know better than what we know. And you get tricked into thinking you less than an animal? Stop it, man. Stop playing with me. This stuff is crazy out here. People better get real and start getting on the right side of things and stop being tricked. You know right from wrong. I'm telling you, man, stop playing with me. I get pissed off when you got people just acting like idiots and acting like they don't know right from wrong and looking like a dummy in the camera. You know men can't have babies. I don't care what science say. Yeah, you know it. I know what reality is. Try and have one. Show me a man that's having a baby, then we'll be talking about something different.
Exactly.
We'll talk about chromosomes then.
Exactly. But they show you right there.
Baby, ain't no chromosome in the world going to make me convinced that he can. That's what I'm talking about. That's reality.
And that's the sad part about. And that's the sad part about the world. We the ones that's on the wrong side of everything. But they say we the ones on the wrong side of everything. They on the right side. Right. You know what I mean? They on the side of somebody that can't even have a baby can walk away with the trophy, and all the other women that can have babies, they don't win.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean, you get out here, man. And that's what they got. That's what they got us at today. That's why we showed you this clip. That's why we showed you that some form of mind control has been done on you. That's why we telling you to pay attention. Something is going on and something is happening to people's mind. You got all these people out here just killing up people, killing up women, something is going on with these people's minds, man. They're hearing voices. Something is telling them to do this stuff. I keep telling you, you can't convince me that a man left from Buffalo, New York and went 200 miles and drove 200 miles just to find some black people to shoot. You can't convince me of that, man. Yeah. Yeah, you can't convince me that somebody did that when he just left a bunch of black people. They went down there to kill that man that got killed, that black guy that invented a car, the truck that run on water. That's why they went down there. Yeah, technology is smart. And they well advanced. They've been working on this stuff we showed y'all since the 60s. Charles Manson, for if y'all didn't know it, he was part of the MK Ultra program. Yeah. And he was on federal probation when he did this stuff. His federal PO was part of the MK Ultra program. Yeah.
I say that a man can have a baby, but how do we address the fact that a person may have more estrogen than testosterone and Y chromosomes? Why do you handle those facts? Well, you know why? You know why? And we talk about this all the time, but I really don't want to say it because we done got banned for saying this before. What I'm about to say done got us took off of YouTube before. Because a lot of times people don't know, a lot of them vaccines, they made with aborted fetuses. And you already know it's only two sexes of people. So if they're using aborted fetuses and putting fetuses in the vaccination, then that means if you're a newborn baby and they roll you in there and you're a girl and they hit you with a vaccine that's got a male aborted fetus in it somewhere,
Right.
then possibly it might swap up some stuff. It might make them feel more masculine.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It might give them more testosterone. It's gonna put more testosterone in them.
But what it ain't gonna do is give them no womb and make them have no baby. That's what it ain't gonna do. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
tell you
what it
that
ain't
now.
gonna do.
You can put all the
And I would say, and it might be some truth to that, but we all know, because one thing that a lot of people like to do, Democrats, is they don't like to keep it 100. We know a lot of times most people that's in the LGBTQ, they is in that community because somebody messed with them when they was younger. Whether it was a family member or something, most of them people been molested. We all know this to be true. A lot of these people that's the girls that like girls and don't want to be with no man, somebody was messing with them girls when they was born and they ain't had no business. Some of these boys is growing up feminine and liking boys, somebody had them in the room doing something to them they ain't had no business.
In most cases, 90 something% of the time.
Yeah,
90-something% of the time. 90-something% of the time, them people been messed with some kind of way.
We're dealing with facts. We're dealing with facts because no man with a penis can ever stand up there and receive the Woman of the Year award. It don't make no sense. I don't care how much estrogen you got in your body.
Exactly.
It don't
He can
matter.
have all he wants.
Exactly. And another thing I'm gonna tell you that's weird about the Democrats before we get out of here is y'all sit up there and y'all talk about all this pride stuff. Y'all got kids celebrating pride. Y'all got all these sports teams celebrating pride and all this stuff, but everybody want to make it about something that it's not about. Quit saying it's about including everybody into something. No, what it's actually about is what two grown people do when the door is locked in their room. That's what it's about. All the LGBTQ stuff, that's all it's about. It's about the interaction between two men, two women, two whatever they identify as in the room when the door locked. And that's it.
Well, you know what I believe the real deal is about all this gay stuff going on?
No, we sometimes depopulation.
You want me to tell you, I really think all this gay stuff ain't about but one thing. It's all about one thing. Everybody wants you to say that what they are doing is right. Right. It's not right.
So let me ask you a question, Chris. You said, I agree a man should not receive Woman of the Year, but how do we deal with the fact that science says they are different? I'm going to tell you how we deal with the fact. You take that man in that dress and that makeup, and you sit him up there, and you present him with the Man of the Year award. That's
exactly. That's how you deal with it.
That's how you deal with it. Man, look here, man. If you're born a boy, if you are a boy, you are a man, you need to get the Man of the Year award. That's what I'm saying, and that's what saddens me about nobody spoke out to get the women to be upset about it. Because at the end of the day, if it's a man, if I put on a dress and makeup and all this stuff, and give me the Man of the Year award, don't give me no Woman of the Year award. I'm not no woman. I ain't never had no monthly. I don't have no babies.
That's what
it don't
I'm
matter
saying.
how much estrogen I got on my body.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he says, how do you deal with it if somebody say they are different? Okay, they can be different. Being different, a killer can say he different, but that don't make it right him killing nobody. A killer can say he different. How you deal with killers that say I'm just different? How you deal with them? How you deal with a thief that say I'm just different? You deal with them because what they do don't make it right. Just because you steal and say you different don't make it right that you stole something. I'm just going to put it that way. You might be different. You might be a kleptomaniac. You can't do nothing about being a kleptomaniac. But what we going to do is tell you that it's not right. That's what we gonna do about that. You want to know what to do about it? You tell somebody it's not right if you try to do that, whether they do it or not. You can't stop a kleptomaniac from being a kleptomaniac. Okay, you can't stop a murderer from being a murderer, but you can tell them that it's not right. That's what you can do. And the problem with our society is they want everybody out here to say that garbage is right. I'm not saying it's right. You can do what you want to do. I ain't got nothing, no problem with you, but I'm going to tell you this day that it's not right. And if you can't say that, then you got the problem, not me, brother. I'm just going to put it out there like it is.
But that's wrong. There's still a difference.
Yes, there's always going to be a difference. That's why you can't say it's right. I don't care if you feel like you different. You may be different. I can't deny that. But what I can tell you is what's right and what's wrong, and that's not perceived reality. That's natural order of things. Now, if you get away from a tree producing fig leaves out there or tree leaves, then that's not a tree no more. If it's producing something else, grass, it's not a tree. It changes from a tree at that point. Yeah. If a tree is going to grow grass, then it's not a tree no more. It's grass.
You're right. Can't no
So
boy
I'm
have no.
just saying, man, I'm not going to sit up here and tell somebody they're doing something wrong, and I know it's not right, and you just say you was doing it right. No, I'm not going to do that part. And that's what they want. That's what this whole LGBT thing is about. They want you to say it's right. They want to include it to say it's right. When the minute you say it right, you just gave up everything about God and the way he do things. That's the natural order. That's what you just gave up. That's what they want you to give up. That's a fact. Those are the facts. Believe it or not. That's what it's about. Take God out of all of this stuff, and that's what it is. Even animals know better. A freaking animal know better. Stop playing with me.
Me and I gonna continue to bring you more episodes just like this. Between what I say, what's in the comments, the truth is in there somewhere.
It's one thing for certain.
Two things for sure.
We're gonna tell the truth.
Because it's time.
It's time. Peace out.
It's time to tell the truth. Yeah, we do. Hold on.